Hello, friends! Today, we're here to share a special story with you. Our tale is about a person who, for many years, has been calling out to themselves, feeling lost in the chaos of life. They often wonder if there's a different way to live, but by the end of their journey, they discover that life can be beautiful when intertwined with meaningful connections and experiences. Join us for today's story, where we'll uncover the wisdom hidden within. Welcome.
When Nathan walked out on me and our 1-year-old daughter Lily for a party girl who supposedly brought excitement back into his life, I never imagined I would see him again. But 2 years later, when he strolled into my café with that all-too-familiar smirk, I couldn't help but smile, knowing just how much he had lost. I had thought we were happy. 7 years of marriage, a home filled with laughter, and finally, our little girl, Lily. I believed Nathan was content too. That was until one fateful night when he came home late, his shirt wrinkled and his hair a mess. I'd just finished putting Lily to bed when he sighed heavily, dropping onto the couch like a deflated balloon. "We need to talk," he said, his voice heavy with a weight I could feel in my gut. "What's wrong?" I asked, my heart racing as I sat across from him. Nathan ran his fingers through his disheveled hair, looking anywhere but at me. "Clara, this isn't working. I feel trapped. You're always tired, always talking about the baby. You've become boring." "Boring?" I echoed, incredulous. "After sleepless nights and endless days caring for our daughter, after keeping our home together while you worked late?" He turned his gaze to the floor, avoiding my eyes. "I didn't think it would be like this." "Like what? Tiring? Stressful?" I felt tears prick at the corners of my eyes, but I fought them back. "You don't even care about making me happy anymore." "I've been trying to keep our family going. When was the last time you got up with Lily in the middle of the night? When was the last time you gave her a bath or rocked her to sleep?" My voice cracked, desperation creeping in. "I've been doing everything while you—" I trailed off, swallowing hard, searching for the right words to save my marriage. But before I could speak again, my phone buzzed on the coffee table. I glanced at the screen just in time to see a text from my best friend, Mia. My heart sank as I read, "Just saw Nathan at the Blue Lounge earlier, all over some blonde." My fingers trembled as I turned the screen toward him. "Who is she?" He hesitated, his jaw tightening, but then the tension broke. "Her name's Sophie," he admitted, his voice almost a whisper. "I'm leaving this house. I want to be with her. She makes me feel alive again." Alive. Unlike me. That's what he truly meant to say. I glanced toward the nursery where Lily slept peacefully, blissfully unaware that her world was about to shatter. The betrayal was unbearable, but the worst part was that becoming parents had been Nathan's idea. He had wanted Lily more than anything. I had wanted to wait a few years, to be more established and financially secure. But no, he had begged, and now, it looked like he didn't want to end things with just me. "I'm leaving this house," he repeated, his voice firm. "How dare you?" I demanded, letting anger take over. "How dare you throw us away? After you begged me for our daughter? You wanted this even more than I did, and now you want a new life with some girl from a bar?" Nathan raised his hands, shaking his head as if I were being unreasonable. "I'll accept what I did wrong, but this isn't entirely on me. This isn't what I imagined. Working and coming home to diapers and crying and dirty dishes," he said, gesturing toward the kitchen sink, where a single sippy cup and a wineglass lay. "Are you kidding me right now?" I asked, my voice rising. "You think this is all my fault?" No, he stuttered, pulling his car keys from his pocket as he stood. "It just wasn't supposed to be this way. I can't do this. I don't want this life." He couldn't even look at me as he headed for the door. "Nathan, please!" I begged, changing tactics as I followed him. I dried my tears and adopted a softer tone. "I'll clean up better. I'll make sure things are easier. Lily can go to daycare soon. I'll work again and you won't have to worry so much. I'll plan date nights and I'll pamper you as you deserve. Just think about Lily. Stay. She needs her father." For a moment, Nathan paused, his shoulders tensing. Then, without another word, he walked out, closing the door softly behind him. That quiet click was worse than if he had slammed it. It was final. Deliberate. As if I were having an out-of-body experience, I saw myself collapse against the wall, sliding to the floor as more angry tears streamed down my face. Outside, I heard his car start and drive away. 7 years of marriage had ended in a 10-minute conversation. I remained on that spot on the floor, alternating between crying and quietly screaming, until Lily woke up at 3 a.m. It was the jolt I needed. In those short steps from the front of the house to the nursery, as my daughter's cries grew louder, I made a decision. I opened the door, gathered Lily in my arms, and whispered into her hair, "I promise we'll be okay no matter what." As I sat down on the rocking chair, lifting my shirt so my baby could nurse, I wiped the last tear I would ever cry for Nathan. Nathan tried his best to free himself from any responsibility regarding our daughter. I had to do everything in the following months, including finding a job, a good daycare, and starting the divorce process. Almost a year later, our divorce was finalized, and boy, did he fight it. Not because he had changed his mind, but because he didn't want to pay child support. But the judge ruled in my favor, even threatening to garnish his wages until his lawyer finally got him to see reason and agree on an amount. I started receiving a wire transfer every month, and although it wasn't a huge sum, it helped with the bills. I also set some aside for Lily's future. It broke my heart that he had no interest in seeing her or even asking how she was doing. But that was his choice. Sometimes Mia would text me updates about spotting Nathan at clubs around town. "He's living like a college kid again," she told me once. "No responsibilities, no commitments." The more those messages came, the more contempt I felt. I didn't want that life. I had my daughter and a bright future to consider. I had made a whole plan the day after Nathan left. Or rather, I started working on a dream I had before meeting him. I had given up my original job to become a stay-at-home mother, as Nathan had wanted. But with my degree in finance and previous experience, it was easy to find a job at a new company as an analyst. I took on extra clients whenever I could, relying on my parents to help with Lily after daycare. Eventually, I opened my own café, a cozy little place with mismatched furniture, local art on the walls, and the best cinnamon rolls in town. Lily loved it there, toddling between tables and charming the regulars as she started speaking more clearly. My parents helped me with the business in the beginning, and slowly, steadily, it grew. One day, as I was setting up for the morning rush, a customer walked in, a familiar face that made my heart skip a beat. It was Daniel, a friend from college who had always believed in my potential. "Clara, wow, this place is amazing," he exclaimed, looking around with genuine admiration. "I can't believe you did this all on your own." "Thanks, Daniel. It's been a journey, but I'm proud of what I've built," I replied, my heart swelling with pride. "How have you been?" "Busy with work, but I've been meaning to come by. I heard about your cafe from Mia. She's been raving about your cinnamon rolls," he said with a grin. "Just wait until you try them." I laughed, feeling a warmth spread through me. "I'll make you a fresh batch." As I prepared his order, we chatted about life, dreams, and the challenges we faced. Daniel's encouragement reminded me of my worth, and I felt a spark of hope reignite within me. "Clara, if you ever need help with anything, marketing, finances, or just someone to bounce ideas off of, let me know. I'd love to support you," he offered sincerely. "Really?" "That would mean a lot," I said, feeling a sense of relief wash over me. "I've been juggling so much, and sometimes it feels overwhelming." "Don't hesitate to reach out. You're doing an incredible job, and I believe in you," he said, his eyes shining with sincerity. Just then, the bell above the door chimed again, and I looked up to see Nathan walking in. My heart dropped. "Clara?" he said, clearly surprised to see me. "Nathan," I replied, keeping my tone neutral. "Would you like some coffee?" For a moment, he only stared at my face, then his eyes landed on my uniform,